Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a braided ponytail with designs and boho curls. Anytime I do a ponytail, I always section it into 4 sections first, and then I create half circles within those sections in the middle, and that's going to give you room to add some singles. That's going to help you create the shape of your ponytail and also give your clients more braids. For this style, I'm using Braids by Sway Can Sleek Care Braid Gel. This is my braid gel. If you guys want to purchase, it will be linked in my YouTube store, also in the description box, and I will also link it in this video so you can click on it and you can go purchase. If you're looking for a strong coat gel that sleeks down natural hair, straight hair, try this gel out because it's the best. But as you can see, I'm starting to do the singles in the middle. I usually only just do 2 singles in the middle, but you can do 4, you can do however many you want to. Now I'm moving on to the other side, and I'm creating that half circle to match up with the other side, and then I'm splitting that section into 2. So in total, I have 4 sections that I'm going to be working from, 2 in the back, 2 in the front, and then I have those half circles in the middle. Anytime I'm doing a freestyle or a ponytail with designs or any style with designs, I'm always kind of trying to, do it to where everything flows, not trying to do so many designs that it doesn't flow, but also trying to give my client enough designs so it still looks good. So for this ponytail, I started in the front, and I always start off just by doing a regular braid because I feel like that kind of sets the tone of the style, and then I will go through with the designs after I do that first regular braid. And what I mean by regular is a braid just with no designs, just going straight up or straight back. And I'm using that product to sleek the hair down, and then using the back of my comb to mold it in place, and that's going to help you get your stitches really nice and clean. For this style, I only use 1 pack of the Prestretched Expressions hair in 52 inches because I don't start adding braiding hair right away. I braid down my client's hair a little bit, and then I start to add in smaller pieces as I go up the braid, and then add extra hair for the length. And then for the boho curls, I use the Freestyle human hair, and I only use a half a bundle of that pack. Once I get to the end of the braid, as you can see, for each section, it kind of gives the half circle part, gives you room to fit all of the braids in that section. So I just kind of section it out and making sure that I'm spacing out also the front, but also that middle part so that the braids aren't sitting on top of each other. It kind of flows within the ponytail. So for the designs, my favorite design is like the braid that where it starts one way and then you come back and flip it the other way, kind of like a hook shape. So that's usually my go-to with doing designs. So for this braid, I'm going to do that. I start off by making the beginning of the braid a little bit wider, and then I go and then curve it to a skinnier size. Once I get to the ending part, I create like a triangle shape going diagonal, and then I start to braid that. Once I get to the end of that part, then I curve it around to go to the second part, and then that creates like the hook shape. And y'all could just watch what I'm doing right here if you didn't catch on by what I'm saying. And y'all, my client has a sensitive scalp, so at some points in the video her scalp is gonna be red, but I promise I'm not braiding too tight for her. It's just that her scalp gets really red when you put tension on it. So after that braid, I just did 2 regular braids, but kind of curving them to create a shape. And now I'm gonna do another curved braid, still going the same way, just kind of making it more, you know, longer and more like of a design so that I could finish off this section. I didn't record the other side of my client's hair because it's kind of tricky for me to record on that side because of the way that I braid. It's hard for me to show y'all and still braid and make sure the braids are neat. But I basically did the same thing on the other side, just doing a mix of design braids, the curved braids, and also just regular braids going into the ponytail. And if you look at the base of her ponytail where I did those half circles, then you can see that all of those braids are fitting really nice into that section. Now that I'm starting on the back, like I said before, I always start off a section by doing just a regular braid, just to kind of, one, fill up some space, and also just to see how I'm gonna do the other designs to make everything look good. I know there's like a lot of talk about when doing ponytails, you know, the back pain and the arm pain that comes with it or whatever. Yeah, at one point I started not to offer ponytails anymore, but I just feel like they're so cute. But and I know there's a lot of talk about what, you know, method or technique helps so that, you know, clients keep their heads down. You know, I know it's a strain on their neck and their back also. So for me, basically, if my clients are holding their head right and I'm positioned, you know, towards the side of them and not in front of them, to me, I feel like that helps a little bit. I don't have that much back pain. My arms get kind of sore, but I feel like that's more so for me stitching, you know, just with one arm or whatever. But other than that, I feel like it works pretty good for me. But this is actually someone I know, so we decided to play around with different methods, and we first decided to let her kneel down in the chair while I braided up the back, and it worked pretty good for a minute, but then she said that her knees and her feet started to fall asleep. Well, her knees started to hurt and then her foot started to fall asleep. So then we transitioned to her putting her legs through the arms of the chair and then laid her head on the back of the chair. And I also gave her a towel so that you know, her forehead just wouldn't be laying on the chair. And as you can see, that redness that I'm talking about after I braided her hair, but I promise y'all it's not too tight. For the back, I did basically the same thing in the front. I just did a mixture of regular braids and then like the curved hook braids. But I also did like a 3 braid crisscross design that I'm going to show y'all towards the end. And I'll talk through it so that y'all can kind of understand what I'm saying. So to start off, I basically made sure I had enough room to fit 3 braids. Then I used the middle section and I just braided a regular braid going straight up. Then for the other 2 braids on both sides, I sectioned them into 3 different sections and I did crisscross braids like that. So I started off with on one side, braided that all the way, crisscrossed it to the other side, kept braiding, then crisscrossed it back to that one side that it started on, and then finished off the braid like that. Then I did it to the other side and that created like almost like a spider crisscross effect, and it came out super cute. this is the end of the video. Once I finish off this last crisscross braid, make sure I stay tuned to the end to see the finished look and also how we put it in like an ice cream bun style. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure y'all shop BBS Hair Care for the best braid gel and edge control. I will have everything linked down in the description box, also in my YouTube store. Make sure y'all follow me on all of my social medias at sway.kent on everything: Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, and TikTok. And thank y'all so much for subscribing and running my videos up. We are now a little bit over 3K subscribers, and I just really appreciate y'all. I will catch y'all in the next video.